The Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness, if they have anything to say about it, has obtained secret information from anonymous sources at the highest level of government, showing that the government is in no way a threat to our constitutional freedoms. The shocking revelation comes after Attorney General Merrick Garland had the FBI send 30 armed men to ransack the home of his boss's political opponent, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt, says the Post, that the Department of Justice is fully dedicated to enforcing the law equally on anyone named Donald Trump, no matter which Republican Party he belongs to. According to the Post, anonymous sources say insiders believe that sources who ask to remain anonymous are saying government officials close to the anonymous source of the anonymous sources are revealing under oath in closed-door hearings with unnamed officials that the Department of Justice is totally uncorrupt and has acted so well and wisely that their motives could only be questioned by the most extreme right-wing extremists, extremely threatening to commit extreme right-wing violence, extremely in extreme extremities of right-wing extremism. Anonymous sources say. The Post says they have contacted one source so close to Merrick Garland that the two are almost indistinguishable, and they can now reveal that Garland acted with absolute integrity and only after thinking very carefully while stroking his chin with a totally serious expression on his face and gazing out the window at the Washington Monument to remind himself of the deep responsibility he has to uphold the law fairly until it crushes Trump for ruining his chances to be on the Supreme Court, that lousy orange-haired son of a bitch. The indistinguishable Garland source, appearing as a silhouette in an underground parking garage, like in that cool scene with Deep Throat in All the President's Men, told the Post, quote, "As an anonymous source, I can reliably report that anonymous sources tell me Donald Trump was hiding the nuclear codes in Melania's lacy and terrific-smelling lingerie, which we never went anywhere near. Merrick Garland, who's a wonderful person, by the way, and not me at all, has reason to believe Trump was planning to use those nuclear codes to call the White House with a disguised voice and demand the president launch an attack on himself. And sure, that may sound ridiculously implausible to some lunatic QAnon conspiracy theorist, but if Trump isn't guilty, why did he cyber-bleach all his phones and destroy them with a hammer? Oh, wait. Maybe that's what Hillary Clinton did totally by accident. That time she stepped on a Lego and then hopped around until her cyber bleach just happened to fall into all her phones, and then she tried to pull it out with a hammer but used the wrong end over and over and over again. But if Trump had done that, it would have been on purpose, because no one could possibly do that by accident," unquote. In proudly announcing the paper's amazing scoop, Post editor-in-chief Sally Slavish said, quote, "This newspaper has a long history of fearlessly exposing the absolute integrity of federal law agencies since 2021, and we're not going to stop until every shining example of perfect performance has been ferreted out and brought to the attention of an adoring public, or at least an adoring news media, which amounts to the same thing as far as we're concerned. We want to ensure the rule of law is brought to bear in a fair and impartial manner until every rotten Republican who participated in January 6th, or who supported January 6th, or who lived through January 6th, or plans to live through next January 6th, has been brought to justice. After all, if that's not what American journalism is all about, my name's not slavish," unquote. Former Post reporter Carl "This is worse than Watergate" Bernstein says Trump's actions have been worse than Watergate. Speaking to MSNBC's Joy Reid through the bars of her padded cell, Bernstein said, quote, "This is worse than Watergate," unquote. Public opinion polls show that people approve Merrick Garland's actions and look forward to being entertained by them until they re-elect Trump in 2024. Meanwhile, we can all hope for more stories of the Department of Justice's impeccable behavior from the Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness, screaming desperately for help in the oubliette under the city room. For more spectacular Klavan-y goodness, like and subscribe to the Andrew Klavan Podcast.